Hello, my friends. In a world that constantly pulls us in every direction, where emotions rise and fall like waves, there is a practice I have come to cherish above all, one that has brought me peace, clarity, and a deep sense of freedom. It's the power of non-reacting. You see, every day, life will present you with countless situations that trigger your emotions. People will say things that hurt you. Events will unfold in ways that frustrate you. But what if I told you that the power to transform these experiences lies not in what happens, but in how you respond to them? What if I told you that the greatest gift you can give yourself is to stop reacting to every situation that disturbs your peace? I know this might sound impossible. We are all taught to react, to defend ourselves, to fight for what we want, to be heard. But in the act of constant reaction, we often lose the most important thing, our inner peace. Let me tell you a story from my journey. When I first entered the monastery, I was filled with impatience. I wanted to change the world, to make an impact, to help people, to teach them all I knew. But I learned something important very early on. I could not help others if I did not first learn to help myself. And the first lesson I had to learn was this: non-reacting. At the time, there was a senior monk who would always speak with me after meditation. He was calm, unbothered by everything around him. One day, I asked him, "How can you remain so calm, even when people yell at you or treat you unfairly?" He smiled and said, "I do not react. I simply observe. I watch the storm inside, but I do not let it move me." His words stayed with me, and so began my practice of non-reaction. I started small. When someone would say something harsh, instead of replying immediately, I would take a breath. I would feel the anger rise, the tension in my body, but I would not act on it. And slowly, I began to notice something extraordinary. The anger, the frustration, would fade on its own. It had no place to stay. It was like a wave that crests and crashes, but once it crashes, it is gone. Now, this is not to say that we should become passive or numb. Non-reacting does not mean ignoring what is happening around us or abandoning our feelings. It means creating space between stimulus and response. When someone treats you unjustly, it is natural to feel hurt or upset. But instead of immediately reacting, you can choose to step back, take a moment, and ask yourself, what is the wisest response? This practice, my friends, allows you to respond with clarity, rather than out of impulse or ego. It allows you to rise above the chaos and to act from a place of inner calm. And that, my dear friends, is where true power lies. Not in what others do to you, but in how you choose to respond. In my years of reflection, I have come to see that most of our suffering is not caused by the events around us, but by our reactions to them. We react to what others say, to what we think should be happening, to what we fear will happen. But all of this is merely a product of the mind. When we stop reacting, we free ourselves from this cycle. We reclaim our peace. You do not need to fight life. Life will unfold as it will. The challenge is to meet it with presence, to meet it with the awareness that in each moment, you have the choice to pause, to breathe, and to decide how you wish to respond. Take a moment now. Think of something that has been troubling you, something that has sparked an emotional reaction. It could be something recent or something that has been lingering for a while. Now imagine yourself in that situation, but this time you choose not to react. You choose to breathe, to stay still, and to observe the feelings as they come and go. What happens to them? Do they not pass, as all things do? This is the power of non-reacting. This is the power of mindfulness. My friends, this is a practice, a daily one. But with each day, you will find yourself less entangled in the turbulence of life, more rooted in your own calm. The storms will still come, but you will no longer be swept away. And in that peace, you will find the wisdom to respond, not from a place of reaction, but from a place of deep inner strength. May your hearts find peace, and may you discover the incredible power of non-reacting.